What's good? It's Eli 360, and today we're going to be doing an astrological observation of the sky. We got the sun in Sagittarius and the moon in Leo, and the theme for this is expressing our morality and spirituality and faith. With the moon being in Leo, we're going to be reacting and responding to Fit's fire, fixated on our own way of seeing and feeling via the things that we're giving attention to, the things that we're receiving attention from, things that emotionally arouse us, things of color, things that excite us, things that we're creatively into, and our creative attributes and how we express ourselves. Because when we're talking about Leo, it was birthed out of the fifth house, and that's the house of Judah. So whenever you see like these movies or anything, like these big moves or anything that got like that lion, that got that lion gate, that's like that fifth house energy. That's that Leo energy. That's the lion of Judah energy, that tribe of Judah energy. That's where they get this from. Anthropomorphizing the constellation of Leo. That's where they get the tribe of Judah from. So yeah, keep that in mind. You'll be able to peek game throughout all these cartoons, all these movies, and all these television shows, because they're really just talking about what we're experiencing on a day-to-day basis, and that's these stars and these transits. So they're really just breaking down that and anthropomorphizing it for us. So yeah, but with the moon being in Leo, we're going to be reacting and responding to our fixated way of seeing and feeling about the things that we're creatively into, the things that we're entertaining, the things that we're receiving attention from, and the things that we're giving attention to. And the way that's going to be seen and visualized and expressed is going to be through Sagittarius. It's going to be filtered through Sagittarius. Our morality, our spirituality, our faith, our belief, our meanings and reasonings, our purpose, and how we see the world, being mutable with seeing the world and expanding our viewpoints with other people that we're associating ourselves with, so we can come to a more broader perspective. So yeah, it's going to be filtered through the Sagittarius energy, and this is going to create a trine. This is going to create a gift. This is going to create a gift for us to connect to that. So we're going to have like this connection, this gift to connect to our morality during this period of time. We're going to have this gift to connect to our own and other people's viewpoints about spirituality and morality and beliefs during this period of time. Because when we're looking at Sagittarius and when we're looking at Leo, Leo is ruled by the sun. What is the sun? Our actions, our ego, our viewpoints, what we acting on, the things that we want to, how we're going to take action and how we see things. And what is Sagittarius ruled by? Jupiter. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of meanings, reasons, higher meanings, reasons, spirituality, and God, and philosophical points of views about the world, spirituality, and God. That's what Sagittarius. That's the archetype Sagittarius carry. So they like to travel. They like to feel free. Because during this period of time, we're going to be wanting to feel free. We're going to be wanting to feel free with the people, places, things that we're rubbing shoulders with. We're not going to want to feel caged in too much, because Sagittarius just don't like to be caged in at all by the people, places, things that they're rubbing shoulders with, or the things that they're just associated with. They're going to want to feel free. And that's like kind of like that God complex Sagittarius guy. But we all got our own God complexes, all the zodiac signs, because we really all the zodiac signs. We got our own God complexes, but that's another video. But with the moon being in Leo, we're going to be wanting to entertain these things. We're going to be wanting to express these things. We're going to be wanting to express our morality. We're going to be wanting to express our spirituality. But make sure that you don't go to an over extreme with it, because if you go to an over extreme with expressing how you see and feel and your meanings and reasons, you may create a mistake. Because we also got a grand trine playing out in the sky right now with Aries, with Chiron being in Aries. So when we try to initiate and create a new way to see and feel about what we're trying to birth to become new, our passions, motivations, and desires, we may tap into that asteroid Chiron and create a mistake in our lives, and that can manifest into like it actually playing out physically in our lives also. So we may get hurt. We may make a mistake with our creative passions. We may make a mistake with what we're trying to initiate and birth to become new. So be careful with this energy, because we got this grand trine going on with Chiron in Aries, Sun in Sagittarius, and the moon in Leo. So it's gonna be played out through the things that we are comfortable with, the things that we are emotionally connected with during this period of time. And it's gonna be trining how we see our actions and our viewpoints and the things that we're trying to express. Then that's going to tap us into Chiron being in Aries, our passions, our motivations, and our desires. So be comfortable. Make sure that you're not going to an over extreme with trying to express your creative visions. Make sure you're not going to an extreme trying to over express how you see and feel. Make sure that you're not that you're not going to an extreme trying to like over express your passions. Make sure you're not going to an extreme with all this fire energy in the sky, because we got a grand trine. We got that Uriel energy in the sky, that grand fire trine. Shout out Dolo the pilot, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out. and soul group community. Y'all go check them out and everything. But yeah, with the moon being in Leo, we're also going to be facing the opposition. We got moon opposed Saturn, and with moon opposing Saturn, it's getting ready to oppose Saturn. We're going to be feeling uncomfortable with our associations. We're going to be feeling uncomfortable with the people, places, and things that we associate ourselves with, and how we conduct ourselves in the public arena. So make sure that you're not like, make sure that you got an equilibrium in this area. Make sure that you're not trying to associate yourself with too many people. Make sure that you're not trying to shake too many hands during this period of time, because you try to shake too many hands during this period of time, you may manifest a circumstance, a situation that you're gonna open up a door for a demon in your life. Make sure that you're not shaking too many hands during this period of time. Make sure that you like doing something for your creativity. Make sure that you're like connected to your creativity. Make sure that you're connecting to your creative attributes during this period of time. Make sure that you're not trying to shake too many hands and open too many doors and walk through too many doors during this period of time, with the moon being in Leo opposing Saturn. Because what is Saturn? Saturn wants us to see the reality of our associations and the people, places, and things that we associate ourselves with, and see if these people are helping us or harming us. And if they're harming us, we're gonna want to separate from these people. But if they're helping us, we're gonna want to be around these people. We're gonna be wanting to communicate our unique ideas and share our unique perspectives with these people. That's this energy that Saturn is playing out in Aquarius. And it's gonna be looking like, and it's gonna be being filtered through our ego, because the sun and the moon is like the main cast. The rest of the planets is like the supporting cast, but it's gonna be filtered through how we're acting and what we're reacting to. And that's gonna be Sun and Sagittarius. So it's going to be fit through, we're going to be wanting to associate ourselves more spiritually with the people, places, things that we can have like a more spiritual shit with the people, places, things that we can have a more spiritual connection with, and the people, places, things that we can like that can match our morality and our spirituality during this period of time, with the sun being in Sagittarius, because that creates an opportunity. So we're going to be, so our axis and our viewpoints, we're going to be looking at Saturn for direction. We're going to be looking at Saturn for direction. Because Saturn is going to be like, okay, this is your associations. These are the people you want to, these are the people that you associate yourself with, that you're rubbing shoulders with, and they can help you build, instruction, and organize your life and get from point A to point B. But with the sign being in Sagittarius, how is it going to be seen, how that awareness is going to be seen, it's going to be through Sagittarius, like things like our morality, our spirituality, our meanings, our reasonings, our faith, belief, broad philosophical points of views about God. But yeah, that's how that energy is going to play out. So this is some good energy to network during this period of time, because Saturn is all about networking. So it's some good energy to network during this period of time. So yeah, and we also got the moon. We got the moon in conjunct Pluto. And with the moon in conjunct Pluto, we're going to be misunderstanding how to transform how we feel. And the things that we're going to be misunderstanding how to transform is the things that we're going to be emotionally connected to. And the things that we're going to be emotionally connected to is going to be filtered through Leo. And what is Leo? Fixated on our own will, seeing, feeling via our creative attributes, the things that we're entertaining, the things that we're giving attention to, the things that we're receiving attention from, and the things that make us feel emotional aroused, and the things that got color. We may because we're going to be emotionally connected to that during this period of time. But with all these planets transiting, going through Earth right now, and being in Capricorn like Venus, Mercury, and Pluto, well, these planets are going through Earth right now. This may not be like what makes sense. It's not going to be what makes sense during this period of time, because our mind, Mercury and Capricorn, is going to be fixated on structure, building, organizing, making money, communicating. We're not going to be wanting to communicate with anybody if it's not about making money, materializing, organizing, and structure. So that's what our mind is going to be on during this period of time, with Mercury being in Capricorn. And the things that we're going to be wanting to connect to, and the things that we're going to be wanting to entertain, it may not make sense during this period of time, because the things that we're communicating, the things that our intellect and our mind are going to be on, may put a blemish on the things that we're creatively into, because we're going to be all thinking about structure. We're all going to be thinking about money. We're going to be all thinking about organizing. We're all going to be thinking about building. Because with Mercury and Capricorn, that's what our mind's going to be on, building and creating and initiating a new way to think and be practical. So it may put like a kind of blemish on the things that we're trying to creatively be into, and our creative passions and our creativity and how we want to like express ourselves during this period of time. So be careful with this energy, because it's going to create a misunderstanding. You're going to be feeling kind of unsure when we start expressing ourselves, and then we're going to feel unsure communicating and thinking about it internally. Because when we're talking about this bit, because Mercury right now is in Earth, and you know Earth is internal left brain. So Earth signs like to like they gonna like have like this inner conversation with themselves first. Air sign was just plain out communicate it, but Earth sign is gonna internalize it first, communicate it, and make sense out of it. They're gonna internalize it, make sense out of it before they communicate it. Air sign is gonna communicate it, and throughout that communication, they're gonna be trying to make sense out of it. So yeah, because air is left masculine, Earth is left feminine, left brain. But yeah, it's gonna create a misunderstanding when we try to like communicate how we feel. When we start trying to communicate how we feel about things, and those things are gonna be via the things that we are emotionally connected to this period of time with the moon being in Leo. So be careful with that. And we're also going to misunderstand how to transform our emotions and our emotional states and the things that we're connected to. We're going to be misunderstanding that during this period of time, we're going to be feeling kind of unsure with these things. And we also got Venus in Capricorn. Venus is enter Capricorn. It's still on the cusp kind of a little bit, but it's getting ready to like meet that 5-degree orb. And we know that 5-degree orb is really when it seals in, and that's like really when it's in like the energy of Capricorn, that cardinal earth energy. So with Venus being in Capricorn and conjunct the moon, we're going to be misunderstanding our pleasures. We're going to be misunderstanding how to relate. We're going to be misunderstanding our love language and our love matters and our love life. We're going to be misunderstanding this during this period of time. So make sure that you're like trying to ride these currents. Make sure that you're not trying to like over express. Make sure you're not trying to over express how you love, how you think love should be, how you want to receive love, and how you want love to be like, how you want love to be given. Because got to be careful with this energy, because when the moon enters Leo, that's when things tend to hit the fan. Like things tend to hit the fan when the moon get in Leo. Like things get real. So you got to be careful with this energy, because things can get like real, can like go from 0 to 100 real quick when the moon go in Leo. So be careful with this energy, because it's getting hit with a whole bunch of inconjunctions right now. We got a whole bunch of misunderstandings in the sky right now. Like, so be careful with this energy. You may feel misunderstood. You may be prejudging a circumstance or a situation, or you can cause a bridge burning scenario with the people, places, things that you're rubbing shoulders with, and the people, places, things that you're laid up next to and associating with. So be careful with this energy for real, because things will hit the fan when the things do hit the fan when the moon go in Leo. So be careful with this energy. So we're going to be misunderstanding our love language. We're going to be misunderstanding how to compromise love and appreciate it, how to give and receive love, and how to relate that energy. And it's going to be filtered through cardinal earth. We're going to be wanting to like, the way we're going to be wanting to express our love is going to be more like our business, our status, our career. Those are going to be the things that we're going to be nurturing during this period of time. We're going to be nurturing our status during this period of time. We're going to be nurturing our career during this period of time. We're going to be nurturing how we stabilize ourselves and how we foundate ourselves. Those are the things that we're going to be wanting to see. That's how we're going to be seeing love. That's how we're going to be wanting love to be like expressed, and that's how we're going to be that's what we're going to be feeling comfortable with but Venus being in Capricorn during this period of time. So yeah. And we also got moon in conjunct Neptune, and with moon in conjunct Neptune, we're going to be misunderstanding how to emotionally connect to our dreams, illusions, and creativity. So make sure that you're trying to connect to your dreams and illusions part of Neptune, and make sure that you're not trying to connect to your the delusions and the illusion part of Neptune. Because with Neptune being in Pisces, Neptune is home in Pisces. So this is kind of gonna like help it out a little bit. It's gonna kind of help out this in conjunction playing out a little bit, because Neptune is home in Pisces. So Neptune got access to do what it want to do. So it can kick its feet up when it want to kick its feet up, or it can go out and do things when it want to do things, because it's home. It like being in Pisces. So we're gonna have like this kind of misunderstanding. We're gonna be kind of feeling unsure about our dreams and illusions and creativity. We're gonna be questioning ourselves. We're gonna be looking at ourselves in the esoteric drawing board. We're gonna be like, it's art. We're gonna be looking like, are we sure that we want to express these things? Are we sure that these things are creative? Are we sure that these things are aligning with our spiritual path? We're gonna be kind of questioning that a little bit. We're gonna be kind of feeling unsure about that during this period of time with the moon going through Leo. So make sure that you're not really like going into and like looking at these things and doubting yourself, because if you start like believing in that lie, laying in that bed that you're making, esoterically speaking, you're gonna manifest circumstances, situation, and attract people, places, and things that show you like, okay, then you're right then. That's not what you need to be doing. That's not the dream that you need to be like putting your energy in. So don't make sure that you're not like attracting those people, places, and things that like help you add fuel to the fire during this period of time. Make sure that you stay on the positive end. Make sure you stay light. Make sure that you got conviction, spiritual conviction, that you know, like, okay, this is the dream, this is the dream, this is the plan, this is the goal, this is the mission. So I'm gonna stay on this, because God like to see that. God like to see people like that, because he can use them as a vessel. He like to see strong spirits down here, like people like us in the subconscious community and the soul group. So yeah, and if you're watching me too, if you're not even in any of these things, but you're just watching, you paying attention, you learning, you open for all possibilities, God like that, he can use you. So yeah, make sure that you stay in like a make sure that you're in the space that you got conviction of, like, okay, this is what I want to manifest. We just going through this transit right now. This is why I may kind of feel kind of shaky a little bit with my dream, because it's a misunderstanding going on. So yeah, be careful with that energy as well. And we also got Moon and conjunct Jupiter, and with Moon and conjunct and Jupiter, we may kind of feel unsure about our experiences and the things that we're going to be want to experience. Things that we're going to be want to experience is on the cusp between Jupiter and Aries. So we may kind of get like lost between our dreams and our imaginations and our passions and our motivations. But with Jupiter going direct, Jupiter wants these things to be new. Jupiter wants these things to be refreshed. Jupiter wants these things to be I don't know the word I'm looking for, but Jupiter wants these things to be new. Jupiter wants to see something new now. Excuse me. The old and outdated way that we used to go about to obtain these things, to obtain how we gain comfortability within our experiences, isn't gonna work anymore, because those previous situations that came when it was in retrograde, those previous situations that came and played through our current situations, we already should have been learning from that. We already should have been like taking in knowledge from that. We already should have been like gaining wisdom out of that, gaining meanings out of that. So now it's direct. Jupiter wants to see, okay, what did you take? What did you learn? Okay, so what can you do? What can you birth to become new? What can be new? How can you, what Jupiter wants to change, Jupiter wants to switch things up now. Like, he wants to switch things up because it's direct. It wants to switch things up. So the way we used to go about our experiences previously isn't going to work anymore. We're not going to be manifesting, and we're not going to see flourishment in that area of life if we try to stay stuck on that old and outdated way we used to go about that energy. So Jupiter wants to see something new. Jupiter wants to switch things up. Jupiter wants us to take these things more serious, because it's gonna get ready to go back into Aries. I don't know when, but we're gonna figure out. We're gonna drop a video on that. So yeah, so Jupiter wants things to be switched up. Jupiter wants things to be new now. So yeah, and we may kind of misunderstand how to connect to this. We may kind of misunderstand how to connect to our experiences during this period of time, because Jupiter is still in Pisces, but it's kind of sharing energy with Aries. That's kind of helping out this Leo energy, because it creates a trine. When we're diving into the fire part, our creativity, the vision, the imagination part of Jupiter and our experiences and work, and how we see our experience and how we go about our experiences and what we're trying to expand on. So we may kind of create a misunderstanding with trying to be too connected, hold too much on to what we feel connected to and what we emotionally feel comfortable with during this period of time, which is going to be how we Leo things, our creative attributes, and how we express ourselves, because things get hit the fan real quick in Leo. But yeah, and we also got the Moon sextiling Mars, and with the Moon sextiling Mars, this is going to create an opportunity. It's going to create an opportunity for us to express our passions, motivations, and desires. We're going to be feeling connected to those things. We're going to be feeling emotionally connected to those things. We're going to be feeling more comfortable with those things. So we're going to be wanting to express those things now. We got like this comfortability going on. We're going to be feeling more aroused when it comes to our passions, our motivations, and our desires. And that's going to be filtered through Gemini energy. And it's going to be filtered through communications. It's going to be filtered through our environment. It's going to be filtered through things that we're analyzing. It's going to be filtered through the things that we're networking on. It's going to be filtered through how we convey ideas with other individuals that we're associating ourselves with. So we're going to be feeling more emotionally aroused with those things. It's going to be surrounding the things that we're creatively into. It's going to be surrounding the things that we're trying to receive attention receive attention from and give attention to. It's going to be surrounded by those things that we're trying to express. It's going to be surrounded by the Leo energy thing. So we're going to have this opportunity to be passionately connected to these things and to communicate these things and associate these things in a more mutable way, so people can see your perspective and also can add their perspective onto that mutable air energy, that thinking and communicating, being able to add their ideas and share ideas and have like a fluid conversation without being so fixated into your own way of thinking and communicating about it, and without trying to be so initiative and come up with a whole new way of thinking, communicate about what you're entertaining, the things that you're creatively into, how you're trying to express yourself and your character. So yeah, but yeah, this was Eli 360. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Drop y'all sun, moon, and ascendant in the comments, and peace.